Greetings, my name is Zachary Gidzinski, and thank you for tuning in to the AMP Amplified Bible audio series. Today's chapter is going to be on Matthew chapter 7. Do not judge and criticize and condemn others unfairly, with an attitude of self-righteous superiority, as though assuming the office of a judge, so that you will not be judged unfairly. For just as you hypocritically judge others when you are sinful and unrepentant, so will you be judged, and in accordance with your standard of measure, use to pass out judgment. Judgment will be measured to you. Why do you look at the insignificant speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice and acknowledge the egregious log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, "Let me get the speck out of your eye," when there is a log in your own eye? You hypocrite, play actor, pretender! First, get the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. Do not give that which is holy to dogs, and do not throw your pearls before pigs, for they will trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. Ask and keep on asking, and it will be given to you. Seek and keep on seeking, and you will find. Knock and keep on knocking, and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who keeps on asking receives, and he who keeps on seeking finds. And to him who keeps on knocking, it will be opened. Or what man is there among you who, if his son asks for bread, will instead give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will instead give him a snake? If you then, evil, sinful by nature as you are, know how to give good and advantageous gifts to your children, how much more will your Father, who is in heaven, perfect as he is, give what is good and advantageous to those who keep on asking him? So then, in everything, treat others the same way you want them to treat you. For this is the essence of the law and the writings of the prophets. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad and easy to travel is the path that leads away to destruction and eternal loss, and there are many who enter through it. But small is the gate, and narrow and difficult to travel is the path that leads the way to everlasting life, and there are few who find it. Beware of the false prophets, teachers who come to you dressed as sheep, appearing gentle and innocent, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them, that is, by their contrived doctrine and self-focus. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? Even so, every healthy tree bears good fruit, but the unhealthy tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Therefore, by their fruit you will recognize them as false prophets. Not everyone who says to me, "Lord, Lord," will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, when I judge them, "Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, and driven out demons in your name, and done many miracles in your name?" And then I will declare to them publicly, "I never knew you. Depart from me. You are banished from my presence, you who act wickedly, disregarding my commands. So everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise man, a far-sighted, practical, and sensible man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods and torrents came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish, stupid man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods and torrents came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house. And it fell, and great and complete was its fall. When Jesus had finished speaking these words on the mountain, the crowds were astonished and overwhelmed at his teaching. For he was teaching as one who had authority to teach entirely of his own volition, and not as the scribes who relied on others to confirm their authority. Thank you again for listening to Matthew chapter 7 in the audio Bible series. Again, my name is Zachary Gedzinski, and I'm your host. And you can check out this video on YouTube under Zen Variety, BitChute under Zen Variety, on Rumble under Sotar Mix, and on Odyssey under Zen Variety Mix. Thank you again for listening and watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you, and God bless.